Hello, welcome. My name is Chloe. It's been a while since I did a deck review on the channel. Um, I actually broke my tripod. Gotta try to return that to Costco. I broke my tripod and I really liked the sort of that like the bird's eye view of the cards as far as like walkthroughs go. So I've been doing like a lot of like forecasting and like, front facing videos since then. But I really wanted to come on and talk to you about this deck, the Oracle of the Hekatean Path. I think this came out in the spring of this year, spring 2024, and I picked this up in June. And I have been working with this nearly every day for a couple of months now. So I'm feeling like I'm ready to, yeah, to go ahead and share this with you and talk about it. So I am going to try, the holding the card up format. And just yeah, just see how that goes. But I couldn't wait any longer because I really wanted to yeah, to share this with you. So it's not so much like a first impressions, but I have had a chance to work with the deck. I've been doing, yeah, daily draws. So yeah, let's get into the review. I will be, yeah, showing some cards, just holding them up, but hopefully that, that works for everyone. The deck is by Chris Payne, sorry, Kenn Payne and Chris Butler. Let me see here. Yeah. So Chris Butler is the artist. He has a very like specific style of digital art, which has definitely grown on me. He has another deck out, and the art style is very similar. I believe it's a tarot deck, so he has like a certain style that he brings, and it's a collaboration with Kenn Payne. Kenn Payne is the creator, the writer, and Kenn is a devotee of Hekate for many years. So that was one of the things that definitely drew me into the deck is this deck was created by someone who has a deep connection, a deep relationship with this goddess. So there's a certain like, level of integrity you would imagine with with having such a pre-established relationship and feeling called to, create a deck about your deity, right? So that yeah, that high level of integrity definitely drew me in. The fact that there's 60 cards is also amazing. We don't always get that many cards in Oracle decks. I know that's something that many people have had critiques about as Oracle decks do not have enough energies embody them. There's not enough cards. So this definitely checks the box there. It's definitely the largest Oracle deck I have. Based on volume of cards. And I mean, you can't beat tarot being 78 cards, but it's pretty close, right? Um, and then the third thing that appealed to me, of course, was that the deck is about Hecate. We have a lot of like love and light and that type of oracle decks out there. Like that's what oracle decks primarily are known for. They're not all focused on love and light. I mean, there's definitely some balance. Um, some diversity in that regard, but for the most part, they generally are very optimistic, very positive. So the fact that you have like a deck with darker energy that's prevalent was like super appealing to me. Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft, the goddess of magic in Greek mythology. So pretty important goddess energy, pretty important deity to connect in with, in my opinion, just to get that balance. Um, she is not someone that I necessarily have always had a close connection to, but I did have the opportunity. I was fortunate enough to connect in with her energy earlier on my path, and I think that's because I've always been, yeah, the type of person to look for that balance, or yeah, be interested more in like shadow and like emptying out and healing more so than like always growing and accumulating. So yeah, very much that like underworldly, more like Plutonian energy of the dark goddess or the dark mother. It's super, super appealing to me. So I got this in and I love the box. It's very compact. You don't have like a huge book, which I'll speak to. But yeah, you don't have like a huge book and a huge box. So that's amazing. Like you can just like take this to go. It protects the cards. Like I love boxes like this, you know, for oracles. And then the book is the same size as the cards. Um, I don't want to critique the lack of information because I know that that was not a creative decision. I know that would have been solely on the publishers. It is a Lo Scarabeo deck, so it has multiple languages, and we just have like short descriptions like this. So it's this big, but there's multiple languages. So you have a really short write-up. But again, I can't really critique that because I'm certain that it wasn't a creative decision, you know, by the author. It was absolutely would have been the publisher. And the author's actually going to be releasing a much larger text, a companion guidebook to go along with the deck. So no critique there. Of course, I would appreciate more information. So like this feedback's more so for the publisher, Lo Scarabeo. But yeah, Chris is definitely going to be or has, you know, written a proper full-size guidebook that's going to be released later. So I will definitely be picking that up because I do find it such a deep deck. So we're gonna go and walk through some of the cards. It is like the typical oracle size. Here's the back. So you have the Hecatean wheel, so that's gorgeous. Yeah, they are the typical shape and size, and you have yeah, some like glossiness, I would say. So hopefully this shows up okay. And then yeah, the format is like a word, um, like a title, pardon me, and then a keyword. So for example, here we have New Moon is the title of card 29, and then beginnings is the keyword, I guess. Number 36 we have is called chords, and then the keyword is bondage. So there's a little bit to go off of there, and then you have like some of the titles are like a Greek, I believe like a Greek root word. So this one is pharmakeia, and it's knowledge. So the title pharmakeia, am I saying that right? Pharmakeia. Yeah, something like that. And then you have your keyword is knowledge. So there are some words um that can help you to understand the card without checking the guidebook. But of course, it's, you know, very limited. Number 14, uh, Leonina, the lioness, the strength card. So, you know, we could look that up, you know, to get a little bit more information. Card number 14. But we have so many faces of this goddess expressed in this deck, which is wonderful. So, yeah, just to give you an idea, I'm only going to read one description, but just to give you an idea of like the length and how they describe the card. So, the lioness, strength. Hecate cultivates independence and self-empowerment. Lions are noble, strong, and fierce protectors, and Hecate's association with them comes from the Chaldean oracles, where Hecate is not only described as being lion possessing, but that if you call upon me often, you will perceive everything in lion form. She knows you have the strength in you. She gives you tools, but expects you to pick them up and put them to good use, even if that means learning how. Tap into the strength of Hecate and rise. So that's, you know, that's the type of description. It's this size book, size of the card, and then you have like a quarter page for each card. Um, so there's two styles primarily of artwork. So I'm going to speak to that now because I have a little bit of like um my opinion is definitely a bit mixed. So some of the cards have the art is like a statue. And I really, really love this. This way of presenting the energy is by like a statue, and then you have like it's obviously elaborated. There's like other work and design done around that. It reminds me of Danielle Noel did a deck. She was not the creator. She wasn't the author. I believe the creator author was Sahara Rose, but Danielle did an did artwork on a deck called the Yogic Path. That's one of my most favorite, most beautiful oracles. And yeah, they like elaborated on the background. It has some of her like beautiful collage elements, but they left the statues like intact because they're like, this is someone's deity. Like, we're not going to fuck around with that. This is like completely intact. So you have this like statue of Buddha, and it's like a photograph of the proper statue, not manipulated at all. And then you have like other things going on behind it. And this was like out of respect of the traditions of the, deities, the god and goddess energies that was portrayed in the deck. So I don't know, I really resonated with that, and I really like that as far as like the art style goes. So here we have like an actual statue, and then they've added in yeah, some other elements and artwork. So that really lands for me. And then the other type of artwork where they're portraying the goddess is this these like shadow forms. And there is definitely, don't get me wrong, some beauty in it. But when they do the shadow forms, like their arms are like very stick-like, and it's a bit concerning. So I'm not sure why they're so like shockingly thin. So that's just like when I get one of these cards, it's jarring for me. I remember I was like so pleased to pull the Urania card because like definitely resonate with that type of like celestial, Uranian, Aquarius type energy. But like why are their bodies so small and their arms so thin? It's just very, yeah, very concerning, very jarring. Um, I guess like the lack of diversity or whatever, you would call that, lack of body diversity in the shadow figures. And then like, yeah, with the statues, they're like, yeah, I mean, they're not like, they're more like average, or like it's not shocking when you see it. Like that statue is huge. That statue is too small. They're just like normal statues or average or whatever they would have been modeled from. But when they do the shadow figures, they're like really, really, really skinny. So it's just, I don't know. I find that jarring. And I watched yeah, interviews with the author and the artist, and they're just like normal people. Like I mean, I can't really say for sure, but they don't seem like, people who have eating disorders or like body image issues. They seem just like average people. So to me, it was, yeah, just a little bit strange that when they do the shadows, they're all like really, really tiny, like the waist is smaller than the head and stuff. Um, yeah, like I don't know why the head is the same size as the hips. It's just, yeah, not my favorite. I really, yeah, really don't enjoy the artwork on those cards as much as the statue cards for sure. So that would be like, yeah, my one critique, I guess, or yeah, something worth noting about the artwork or about the artist is they tend to make these shadows very skinny, to the point where it's jarring, to the point where it's concerning, but there is a good balance with with the statues as well. So let's look at a few more cards. Yeah, so this one's like, I don't know if it's a statue or a shadow, but it's like maybe both. And then it's like, yeah, it looks normal, like a normal person. So here we have the Destiny card. So again, some shadow, some statue, a bit of a blend there. We do see like snakes a few times and wheels in the deck, which I love. Here's the statue for Dionysus. Love this card. As I said, I've been pulling cards from this deck every day for since June. It's August now, so I mean I haven't been working with this deck for years, but yeah, definitely for a couple of months, and it really yeah, it really has some potent energy. So I am recommending the deck. I'm glad I picked it up. The price was, like opening special type of rate, so I didn't have to invest too much. I will absolutely be looking for the larger guidebook once that is released. And yeah, like the computer generated artwork is something that, more so has grown on me. Admittedly, I was attracted to the deck because it was created by Hekate Devotee, because the content was it was a deck about Hecate, the darker goddess, and yeah, that like it was going to be 60 cards. And we don't have like enough oracles that have that balance with the more like, shadow energy, right? This is probably my favorite card, the Primordial Origins. So they have like the statue, and then yeah, they've like added in some like beautiful graphics around that. Um, this is the art style of the creator, Chris Butler. So if you have his tarot deck, you'll probably like this, or maybe the art will grow on you. I don't think it's like AI by any means. I'm pretty sure this is just, they create their art on the computer, and that's absolutely fine. Yeah, here we have like the medallion or statue and then some shadow figures as well. That's CC that combined. Yeah, so you can, I'm sure, find like a complete walkthrough elsewhere on the internet if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I just wanted to take a few minutes to share this deck with you because I've been working with it every day. And I'm really enjoying, going deep with it. I sincerely recommend it. And yeah, I'm even looking to buy the author's full-size guidebook when that comes out. So looking forward to it. Yeah, this one is interesting. I got this a few days in a row. Unresolved Past, The Restless Dead. So yeah, let's release what doesn't serve us, people. Time to move on. Time to heal. Medea. Yeah. So let me know what you think of this deck if you've noticed the same things. Of course, this is just my preference. I still like I said, I still recommend it. And I wanted to share with you because I do recommend it, but I had to kind of like put that disclaimer of like the weird shadowiness is jarring for me, and I don't like that part at all. But yeah, I love the statues and how they have yeah, increased or enhanced the statues with with different elements. So yeah, like you have very much some more shadowy cards, which is what we're missing in oracles, right? So this is the Oracle of the Hekatean Path, written by Chris Payne and artwork by I'm so sorry. Written by Kenn Payne and artwork by Chris Butler. So this is published by Lo Scarabeo, Oracle of the Hekatean Path. And yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on this deck as well, if it's one that you have been working with or you're considering. And yeah, that's it for now. Also, you can let me know if you're okay with this format. I've always done the bird's eye view for the walkthroughs, and yeah, I haven't put any of those out in a few months due to busting my tripod. So if you like this format where it's like the face and the card, you can, yeah, let me know as well. And I will see you soon in the Virgo season forecast videos.